Good morning. It's the 8th of February 2022, just after 9:30 in the morning, and here we are in snowy southwest Alaska, or south central Alaska. In front are a lot of the debris and trees that fell down, and we've sort of put together. I've pulled them together, including this monster 18-inch width old spruce tree that died of spruce beetle kill, and it fell down just as you see it there, missing all this coupling equipment by like an act of God. It jumped over the lot, and it actually started off way over there. So you tell me how it jumped that far. And that's the lower 20 feet of it, which I cut off the other day. I'm working on my 137 kilohertz, 2,200 meter Marconi. The tree that was there supported the Marconi before, and it's gone, so we had to do something else. So what I've done is I've put up a series of halyards and wires and insulators over the top of the tree, or trees. In this case, there's 7 spruce trees holding this up, all held away with large insulators and pulleys. We've increased the top cap. I've increased the top cap, there we go again, as much as I can to reduce the losses. And we have I think I have about a 65 feet vertical coming down. This isn't under tension at the moment, so it looks looser than it is. Lots of insulators everywhere to hold the wire off. I would say probably 10 kilovolts, maybe around about that, with just over a kilowatt, and multiple series insulators. Interesting fact is I got told a few years ago not to use rope between insulators, as it didn't tend to work as well as actually basic wire. It doesn't track as well, apparently. It absorbs the less than the rope. This is polyester Dacron here. I just want to show you how much burning you can get. This is the feed-in wire that was up the tree a bit earlier, and I've sort of reused it. You can see the blackened charring on it. I really should replace this bit. This wasn't here. I just sort of re-scarfed it, but the amount of damage that arcing and corona discharge can do. So it starts in the coupler and just goes vertically up into the center and as far as clear as possible from the trees. And then we have I have top cap radials going to these 60-70 foot trees. There's one large capacity wire that tracks out, is held by a pulley and goes down 100 feet. It's pulled away from these trees by an insulator. Then it has another pulley here, another pulley over that tree, and finally goes down to a tree which you can just see through there. So that's about a 200 foot top cap. Anything to add capacitance above the vertical to reduce the losses. And it works quite well. A lot of toing and froing. The voltage is very, very high, so you need to keep all these wires away from the trees, so that when the trees blow, if you haven't got them pulled away and insulated, it will arc over, and at night it can be quite worrying, seeing all the glow from the branches. So I've done a lot of design work, I suppose, by trial and error to get it working. And of course I'm in a forest, as you can see here. Oops, gotta be careful of my feet here. And I don't really have a tower per se. Another tree that met its demise over there. I think we lost 5 trees total in the storm. Just want to show you the coupler. Oh, we have snow everywhere. Bit nippy on the fingers. Okay. Well, let's start around this side. It's easier. Coax coming in. This is LMR 400. The multiple thick wires here are the ground or earth connection to my radial system, which is fairly extensive. This is plus or minus 12 volts to drive this DC motor, which drives this wheel, which drives the variometer, and I've marked the red tape so I know that's a positive. That's the most inductive portion. If it's up vertically up here, it's the most adds to the inductance. You can see we're pretty well out at the moment. And just a coil, a connection at the bottom, which is there, and it goes onto the secondary coil here, and down to 50 ohms. And we do the matching. Excuse the horrible camera work, but my fingers are cold. So aerial comes in through this coil, down through this coil, in series with that coil, which can be varied in and adding or minusing the inductance, out of the bottom into this coil, out of this coil, which is there, banana plugs, and into a switch auto transformer. And this has 10 turns on the primary, which is the red, and that goes to the coax, the earth going to the green wire, and the inner going to the red wire here. And the secondary is tapped from, I think it's 5 to 10 turns. So if it was 10 turns primary, 10 turns secondary, it'd be 50 to 50. And that happens when it gets really lossy. This antenna in summer will be pretty poor. At the moment, I think I'm at 7 turns on the antenna side, which means I'm less than 50 ohms. I can do the math, but not in my head, I can't. Probably about 35 ohms, maybe. So lossy, and then if it gets cold, the ratio gets tapped down even further. When it gets to 20 or 30 below, we're on the green wire. So that's the variometer, and the reason we're using a secondary coil is when the tree fell down, I lost a lot of top capacitance, and so I have to add the inductance. And you can see I've got the two coils in such a way, hopefully, that they don't interact with each other. Anyway, we're getting snow inside the tuning unit, and this system, crazy it may seem, in the snowy conditions and all these losses and all these compromises, actually reached VK2AN/5 pre-dawn today on 137 kilohertz. That's 12,000 kilometers away. Our ERP is probably less than a watt, actually a lot less than a watt. So, you know, you get 1,000 watts in and 1 watt EIRP, but good enough to reach VK and ZL on a good day, and conditions were really pretty bad. Anyway, enough from this. It's coming up to 10 minutes of waffle. I'm in for a cup of coffee, and I'll put this lid back on, otherwise we'll have a snowdrift inside the coupling unit. 7.3s, and have a great day from KL7L, Alaska.